Upgrade from DIY here to bring you another video. Unfortunately for me, I went out onto the Facebook Marketplace, just moved into my new house. Through a series of unfortunate events, I lost my desk chair and I needed a new one, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get a new one. It might as well be an upgrade. I wanted a swivel chair. I wanted it to be pink. I wanted it to match my aesthetic. I had all these visions for what I wanted, and I finally found the listing online. It was like this beautiful, like metallic, pinky, goldy kind of shade, like rose gold, if you will, and it had black wheels and silver legs, and it was exactly what I was looking for. I'll insert a picture here. And then I received this round chair. Because of the lighting of the picture, I bought it wrong. And I was so excited about it and how inexpensive it was that I paid in advance and I went for curbside pickup. So unfortunately, I ended up with a chair that I didn't really want. However, it is beautiful and it is very nice quality. It rolls really nicely. There's maybe a couple of scuffs on it, but overall it's a really nice chair. And there's nothing actually wrong with it other than that it's the wrong color, which means I had to fix it. There's no reason that I can't paint this, right? So I spent a good amount of time going online, checking out different paints that would work on this kind of like vinyl fabric that I have here, and I ended up coming across this furniture paint by Shabby Chic, and it is chalk-based. I've seen other people do this with chalk-based paint, and I think that this could go pretty well. It's clean, it's dry, it's ready to go. So I obviously got a super tiny can, but it's just one share, and the review said that a little went a long way. And hey, if I need to order another one, I'll order another one. I got a beautiful baby pink color. Here is the brand, Furniture Paint by Shabby Chic, and it is in the baby pink color. So I am pretty excited. It's got some pretty basic directions on the back: touch dry in an hour, handle after 2 hours, and full hardness after 3. So I am going to paint a coat on this, see how well it covers in one coat. If I need a second one, I'm going to go in and then wait and do a little reveal tomorrow. I think the color looks pretty good. Now it's just a matter of maybe taping off some of these silver parts on the chair and getting to painting. So let's get to taping first. Alrighty, so we are all taped off around the metal portions. I think it's pretty crisp as well. I think it's time to just kind of do it. I'm gonna try 2 coats, like I said, and I think I'm gonna start here and then go from the bottom down. I don't know why, but that just seems like the right move. Okay, so this entire first coat took me about 20 minutes, according to my timer. 22, I believe. So I am actually just going to wait. I'll definitely wait an hour between coats because I want it to dry completely. So I'm going to set a timer for about 40 minutes. That way I can come back in about 40 minutes and start that second coat and kind of keep this process quick. Based off of the way that it sort of looks like it's layering down here-ish, since this part was dry by the time I got to the bottom cushion, I'm thinking I'm going to do 3 coats. I think that's my master plan. So it looks right now, but you know, trust the process. Alrighty, we are here and ready to start layer number 2. Also just wanted to give an update on this teeny tiny little thing of paint. It's actually still relatively full. That's about as far as I can tip it before it's about to fall out. So still feeling pretty good about this. I should definitely be able to get through 3 coats with this paint. And I think it's just time to continue going the same order that I have been to finishing up layer number 2. And after that, I will see if I want a 3rd and maybe a 4th layer, I don't know. But especially since I want this to be able to kind of bend, and it does appear to be doing all right with that, even on some of the newer layers. You can see it kind of squishes, but it isn't cracking the paint, so thin layers is definitely better with this. So several thin layers is the way to go before you would slop on giant thick layers. Alright, it's actually starting to look like pink now, which is very exciting. But this is coat number 2. And as for an update on how much product I have left, we are about halfway through the can, and it wasn't completely full when I ordered it. This is about where it is. which I think is pretty gosh darn good, so I should definitely be able to finish this chair with this small amount of paint, which is excellent news for me. We are now at about an hour and a half later. I had dinner, I was hungry, but we are moving on to layer number 3. Alright, and here we are on coat 3. It's almost there. I think a 4th coat might do it. We're kind of getting down to the bottom here. Yeah, a little less than half. 4th coat time, let's do it. Last paint stroke of coat 4. As I'm doing it, I think I'm just gonna say, I think this 4th coat is really what made the difference between this looking like I painted it versus like the chair may have actually come this way. I think another thing that I've learned as I've been going through this is make sure that your paint strokes are consistent all the way down the wide areas. Make sure they always go back forward or side to side, whatever way that you're deciding to go. I just think it made a difference in the finish once I watched everything dry, and I think there's still a couple of areas that still read a little bit streaky, so those might end up getting a 5th coat. I'm gonna wait about a half hour on this one and see if anything else needs anything, but otherwise I think this is gonna be the last coat and I'm gonna leave it overnight to dry. Right now it is, my watch is dead. Right now it is 6:43. So with that in mind, I will probably not be working on this again until tomorrow afternoon, so that'll give it a solid several hours to dry, and it only recommends 3, but I really want to make sure that this looks right before I do it again. Or before I sit on it, rather, if that makes sense. Before I go away, I'm still have a good amount of paint left. I think that's about where it is. So again, if I wanted to do a 5th coat completely, I probably could. I just don't think it's necessary. I wanted to throw out there as well, I normally like to peel the paint while it is still wet, just to, you know, make sure that nothing gets stuck and I don't need to pull out the box cutter. Not to mention, I think this will help me get a good idea of if there are any blank spaces. That way I can fill them in and let them dry overnight as well. Chair looks so good, and the best part of it is that I can touch it and bend it and crease it. Obviously a lot of these wrinkles were kind of already in it when I bought the chair. You know, I guess that's the glory of used goods, but I've been pressing on it for a hot minute and these kind of dents will just come out and it'll flatten right back out, no problem. And I am very pleased with the way that it turned out. The edges are surprisingly crisp, no major issues as far as taking the color went on the arms here. Seams are pretty good, maybe slightly patchy at worst, but that's not something that maybe another layer or 2 could finish. Everything still swivels, and honestly, I think it turned out beautifully. In the past, I've had kind of like those plastic white mid-century modern chairs as my desk chair, so it's always been pretty uncomfortable. And I normally do like to layer on blankets and pillows onto my desk chairs just to kind of keep them cozy, but thankfully this is really quite comfortable. I did spend like a day sitting in it before I actually painted it. I think it's comfortable as is, so I'm not going to stress too much, but I am going to add a little throw blanket over top just for a little bit of texture and extra, you know, extra color so it's not all super bland, and I think it looks lovely. Well, that is all I had for this video. I wanted to thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe and, you know, ring that bell if you're so interested. I put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then.